Tuesday at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am Facebook living in my car today, not in my office. I am actually headed to an appointment, but I wanted to jump on here and just talk about something really positive. Just a couple reminders. Tune in to season 2 of livingthestressedlife.com or Stress Life Podcast. We are wrapping up season 2. We have 3 more episodes before we conclude season 2 of Living the Stress Life Podcast. We're also going to be doing a live podcast that will launch next Friday, but you can catch us live. Lamar and I will be interviewing the Holts, Melody and Martell Holt, at the I Push Foodie Festival this Sunday. Purchase a VIP ticket. VIP lounge comes with food, massages, and our live podcast. And so we're really excited about that. Really excited for season 3. Planning is going on now. Of course, we have Talk About It Tuesdays, and our podcast drops every Friday morning at 7 a.m. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been tuning in. I would also like to hear from the people who have been tuning into the podcast every week. Drop me a message on the website or social media. We have a Twitter account. We have an Instagram page and Facebook. Instagram, it's living_the_stress_life, I believe, on Instagram, and Twitter is living the stress life, and of course on Facebook we're living the stress life. So drop us a message of things that you would like to talk about for season 3. If you would like to be a guest on the podcast, I am always looking for people who are passionate about talking about mental health, passionate about talking about self-care and stress management. So anybody that's been tuning into the podcast or is interested in being on the podcast as a guest, hey, hit us up. So let's jump into this week's topic. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but I wanted to talk about 4 steps to positive body image. I think for women especially, we struggle with feeling good about our bodies. I think especially if you are a mother and you've had children, your body experiences so much change. Sometimes it experiences a lot of change with the first baby. Sometimes it's after multiple kids. Sometimes it's just changed a life. I know I've noticed a big change in how my body holds on to weight ever since I've turned 30. So the closer I get to 40, my body just... My bad, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So as we get older, sometimes we just put on more weight, and so I find myself engaging in bad habits that really contribute to not having such a healthy or positive body image. And so today I just kind of wanted to give a few suggestions on how you can work on improving your body image. The first one being stop avoiding your body. I think a lot of times we just try to cover it up. We try to avoid looking at ourselves and paying attention to the things that we don't like. But honestly, the best way to really get familiar with your body and really accept flaws and all is to stop avoiding your body. Look at yourself in the mirror. Touch yourself. Moisturize. You should know every lump and every bump on your body. It's also important because things like strange moles, if you don't ever look at your body, if you don't ever touch your body, then you don't notice the changes in your body. You don't notice if you have a strange bruise or a strange mole or just something different going on. In order for women to tell if they have a lump, a lot of times in their breast, they have to feel their boobs. You have to do a check. The only way you can check is by rubbing on your breast. So the most important thing when you're trying to build a better image or body image is really stop avoiding your body. Stop avoiding looking at the things that you don't like in the mirror. You should be familiar with your whole body from head to toe. I mean, from every strand of hair to every little pinky toenail. Next one is stop checking your flaws. Like, I think I'm like real guilty of this, like pinching fat, or like measuring my waist to see if I'm getting any closer to my goals, or if what I'm doing is actually working. And so a lot of times we engage in these negative behaviors that really validate how we feel about ourselves, the negative thoughts we have about ourselves. So stop frequently checking your weight. Stop frequently measuring your waist. If you're engaging in trying to be healthier, just go with the process. You know, your body will eventually tell you when it's changing. Your clothes will fit differently. You'll start to feel differently. I know that when I work out, I feel like I have more energy. I'm in a better mood, and my clothes feel better. When my clothes start to be too snug around my waist, or on my butt or my thighs, or my shirts are popping open, that's an indication for me that I'm putting on weight. Especially if my back start hurting all the time and I realize it's my bra. Yeah, some men can't relate to that, but hey, if you're experiencing those type of changes, that's your way, that's your body's way of saying, hey, we're changing. Our body weight is changing. And so if you stop constantly checking in the mirror, stop pinching your size, stop weighing yourself on the scale, it really will help you feel a little bit better if you focus on the process and focus on where you're going versus where you are. Check your perspective. You know, a lot of times we compare ourselves to other people. Part of checking your perspective is stop comparing yourself to other people. And if you are comparing yourself, I feel like this earring is just really tapping on this AirPod. If you are comparing yourself to someone, are you comparing yourself to a body image that is close to yours? Like, I'm not going to compare myself to someone like Beyonce. I ain't got no hips. Beyonce got hips. So for me to be trying to work towards this body image of being like Beyonce is really unrealistic, because me and Beyonce have totally different body shapes. So first of all, you got to stop comparing yourself. Two, sometimes we compare ourselves to women or celebrities, people who have not had children. I got 3 kids. There's no way my body's gonna look like somebody who's not popped out 1 child. I'm almost 40 years old. My body's not gonna look like someone that's 21. It's just not. Things change. Your body shifts and adjusts as you age. And so if you get to the point where you stop comparing yourself to other people, then it helps you focus on the most important person, which is yourself. Also, checking your perspective is a part of checking your assumptions about what you think your body should look like. You know, a lot of times we don't want the flabby stomach. A lot of times we don't want cellulite. People who are skinny can have cellulite. You don't have to be overweight to have cellulite. So you really need to assess the things that you assume about your body. Are those things realistic? Are those things just something in your head that you've created? Because like I said, you don't have to be a certain size to have stretch marks. You don't have to be a certain size to have cellulite. People who are small can have those things from hitting a growth spurt too soon, or, you know, working out, muscles getting bigger, you know. So stop assuming that if someone is a certain size that they don't have the same flaws that you do. And then you also have to be able to separate when you're feeling bad from when you're feeling fat or overweight or out of shape. Because sometimes we can have a stressful day and we're not feeling our best, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're trying to change into something, or you're trying to do something, and then you're upset about your body, you know. And it's just kind of like a snowball effect or a downward hill spiral. All of a sudden, because this went wrong, I got into it with somebody at work, or somebody tapped my car coming out of the parking lot, all of a sudden I don't feel good about my body. I'm tired of being this size. I'm out of breath. I'm tired. Don't focus on those things. Really got to check your perspective. Are you really feeling fat or overweight but out of shape, or whatever you're saying? Or is it that you just having a bad moment? You're just in a negative headspace. And my last tip of the day is practicing self-love. It's really important to have positive self-talk and speak positive to yourself. Like looking in the mirror and say, I look nasty, or none of my clothes fit right. That really does not help you in developing a more positive perspective or positive body image. Really, at the end of the day, you feel when you look good, you feel good. But also, the things that you say about yourself inside your head really will determine how you feel about yourself. So you have to say things like, you know what, this is going to be an awesome day. You know what, I'm one step closer to my goal. I'm beautiful. And then pick out the things that you love about yourself, and then try to focus on highlighting those. I'm gonna go back and add too. If you are unhappy with your body and what's happening with your body in terms of your weight or the toneness of your body, I say dress appropriately. So many times women will be unhappy about how they look and about their body, but they dress in clothes that are not appealing for where their body is. One thing that I try to do is, if I know that I'm more bloated or I have more weight in my midsection, I'm not walking around with skin tight clothes on, because it makes me feel more uncomfortable every time I pass a window and a mirror and see my stomach hanging over my belt. I'm gonna dress so that when I look in the mirror, I actually feel good about what's looking back at me. So I'm not gonna wear shirts that are tight or rolling up, or pants that I have to keep pulling up, or that's like hugging every single roll on my body. So part of self-acceptance and self-love is basically dressing appropriately for where your body is. If you want to be able to wear that bodycon dress, which I don't know why nobody wearing bodycon dresses, you feel like you can't breathe, okay? But if you want to walk around in that bodycon dress, that's fine. But my thing is your body ready for that bodycon dress? So part of developing self-image, positive self-image, is if your body's not ready, hang that bodycon dress up a couple of months in advance, a year in advance, however long you think it's going to take you to be able to get into that dress. And every day you be like, you know what, I'm going to wear that dress, baby. I'm going to wear you. And then take those steps. Modify your eating. Try to work out. If you can't get to a gym, walk. If you ain't doing no exercise, you can do something as simple as walking fast to your mailbox a few times, walking upstairs, parking further away in the parking lot to walk to the store. Whatever you need to do. I noticed lately that I've been eating out a lot more, and it was having an impact on my weight. Me just taking my lunch to work and being very intentional about not eating out twice a day, not eating out for lunch, making sure that I'm eating a balanced breakfast, making sure that I'm drinking water, and I've been adding my morning teas back. I noticed that I started slimming down, and I'm not even exercising right now. I have been doing boot camp, and it's just not able to work in my life schedule right now. So I had to do what I can do, but it's been having an impact. So sometimes it's just baby steps, but that's my goal in getting to a bodycon dress. Although I don't want to wear a bodycon dress, I just want to be able to put on a nice fitted dress or a pencil skirt, and when I sit down, my stomach don't try to break free from my dress. I want to say hey to Kim and Maisha and Aqua and Elinda and Daryl. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want to say thanks, Mott, for posting for me so that everybody can see the points that I'm making today. And lastly, get you a Lamar. Lamar said he make everything in the world better, Craig. So get you a Mott. But I got to sign out because I'm about to be late for my appointment. I thank y'all so much for tuning in. Share. Talk About Tuesdays. Hey, we all struggling, trying to get ourselves looking good and feeling good. But I think it's important to know that wherever you are, you can be happy with your body. You can love your body. It's about changing your perspective. It's about getting in tune with your body. It's about practicing self-love. All right, y'all. Till next time, live your best life, living through your stress life. Holla.